Hey, we're back again. Myself and John Lumgar back here still in Brixton with CornerSpeak, and I'll hand you over to John because something quite strange just took place as we was wrapping up. Excuse me, mic limitations. As we was wrapping up the stream, one of his mates just happened to stroll into view, and here he is.
Hello, I'm Joss. I'm a friend of John's.
And
this is me.
And Joss actually knows about everything, but one of the interesting topics he knows about is ancient Egyptian stuff. So, I want to throw. I don't know what to throw at you for you to either debunk or to confirm. Did aliens build the pyramids?
Aliens did not build the pyramids. I'm pretty sure about that. I'm not a massive expert in Egypt. I do have some interest in it. There are people that are way more knowledgeable than me. If you want to see someone like David Falk on YouTube, he's a good chap to follow on ancient Egypt. But I do have some interest in it. Yeah.
So aliens didn't build it.
Aliens did not build I'm pretty sure aliens did not build the pyramids, even though Stargate did convince me.
How were they built?
Oh, that's a long story. A lot of man hours, 0-hour contracts.
Yeah. So women didn't build it; it was man.
I mean, they if I however they wish,
but it wasn't aliens.
But
anyway.
it wasn't aliens. They had a lot of they wore makeup, so yeah, just from the sun, yeah.
And it's not some technology. It doesn't do any.
Well, it was this sort of technology, and,
okay.
And yes, they did have some ability in terms of architectural ability. They weren't just like throwing rocks on the earth and hoping it piled up. Yeah.
And yeah, you were telling me a while back that we've got all these ancient Egyptian documents that haven't been translated yet.
Well, it's not that there are a lot of texts around, both in, if you go to the British Museum, that are in cuneiform, or if you go to Egypt, that are in Egyptian, that are not in English. So you'd have to go there and learn Egyptian and read them yourself, I'm afraid, in great part. But there are people translating texts.
But there's a lot that haven't yet been translated.
A lot not in English. That's true of a lot of texts. I mean, there's a lot of stuff even in more recent Greek texts that are not available in English. Galen, very famous medical writer from the 2nd, 3rd century, not all his work is in English.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm asking.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, I just found it quite astonishing that John's mate, just strolled up here. Did we introduce you?
No, I'm Sarah. Yeah.
Well, what I'm curious about is, are you actually from Brixton? Is this your local manor?
Oh, my accent probably gives away that I'm actually a more Bermondsey local, really. Yeah, but I wasn't born in this area. No.
Yeah, I would have guessed that.
Yeah. No, I moved around. I was born in Ireland. I spent some time in north of England. I spent a bit of time in California, and now I live in London. Yeah.
Very interesting. So what is the contrast? I mean, I'm not sure when you last lived in America. I mean, there's a ton of stuff going on over there now we're not going to get into. What would you say is the main contrast when you decided to return to the UK shores from America? What did you miss most about the States?
That's a very good question. Actually, a question I got a lot living there was what's the difference between living in the US, living in the UK. I miss friends wherever I go. For me, living in Southern California was like my second home. I have very good friends there, and I felt accepted, which that was wonderful. But I think if I can just quite quickly say, I was working in medical research, and the main difference that I found was that in the UK, you might say, I've got an idea, I've got this great idea to solve cancer, and people will go, oh no, that'll never work. Whereas in the US, you go,
yeah.
I've got this stupid idea. People go, hey, let's do it.
It can go somewhere.
That can-do attitude.
Newness. Yeah, the thinking outside the box, the embracing new, interesting ideas, if they have legs, and giving you a shot rather than maybe the conservative traditional aspect of some of how we do things over here. No, if it's not broken, why fix it? Keep it the same as. And I suppose America being one of the leading type countries, they like to lead. So to lead, you have to remain in the front, isn't it? With ideas.
I think there's place for both. There's a place for being self-critical and being critical, but also there's a place for having let's try it. Let's just try it. Rather than being negative, let's see if this will work. This will help. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's very. It's a very healthy sort of a way to look at things. I would think that. I mean, do you think in the era we're in now, with the Gen Zs and the Millennials, etc., do you think with all the, the internet, social media, technology, AI, do you think we're actually coming into a phase of more opportunities in terms of openness and, embracing people who, maybe think a little differently? Or do you think things are going to become more closed off?
Well, that's a brilliant question. I think the honest answer to that is time will tell. Am I facing you or the camera? I'm facing. I think that technology has had many promises, but my worry is that over-reliance on technology will actually make us more isolated.
I agree to a degree. I mean, what do you think about that, John? Because you embrace technology, you do graphics, so you can't really.
Well, I'm a bit more complicated on that too, because I feel like it has isolated people, and I also think that it's put people into echo chambers, so they start finding people that like themselves, and then they become in that world, and then they don't go outside, and then when they meet people outside of that world, they're a little bit like, oh, you have a different opinion, and so it's had that effect. And interestingly, with Jazz Cow, which I was talking about last time, it's the conflict between those two worlds. It's the conflict. Jazz Cow, who's a bit of a Luddite, so, and I kind of agree with him.
But I do like the opportunities. I mean, in fact, I have a massive fan of the opportunities to even learn on YouTube or to communicate with others and see their opinions. But the difficulties are in isolating each other or in polarizing on issues. Sometimes there's no nuance.
Very interesting.
That point went down very well.
I mean, we're three fairly mature guys standing here on the streets in the public space. It just happens to be an urban area, and we've all kind of got similar and some differing points of view. Is there anything you guys want to throw out to the world, throw out to our viewers, throw out to the global internet, a message or something you just want to get off your chest?
I want to see what those guys are clapping about.
I think if I have a message, I don't know how serious this is, but I would say, don't be cowed down to not saying what is true.
Good stuff, I like it. John, anything from you?
Well, I'd certainly agree with that. It's better to just say the truth even if it costs you, because at the end of the day, if we lose truth, we lose everything. So yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, I'm not very good at thinking on the top of my head, particularly when I'm hearing people clapping and I'm like, why are they clapping? What's going on? The curiosity is killing me.
They're singing hymns.
Are they?
Diversity, we can't argue against that. Well, from the three of us here in Brixtonia, as I say normally at this point in the proceedings, be good, be creative, or is it be good, be good, be safe, be creative. CornerSpeak, we out.
Bless you, thank you.
Thank you.